President Trump squaring off against both sides of this conflict, saying the U.S. has nothing to do with Israel's bombing of Iran's gas fields, demanding that Israel stop immediately and threatening to blow up Iran's gas fields if that country keeps attacking energy facilities in the Gulf. The world's largest liquid gas plant, Ras Laffan in Qatar, in flames after Iranian strikes on the facility. The world's largest gas field, South Pars in Iran, among multiple sites attacked by Israel. President Trump angrily berating both sides on social media. No more attacks will be made by Israel, warning if Iran strikes Qatar again, the U.S. will massively blow up the entirety of the South Pars gas field at an amount of strength and power Iran has never seen or witnessed before. Iran's attacks are still getting through, with more civilian casualties night and day. We arrived in this suburb of Tel Aviv to find an apartment destroyed, twisted metal, and broken glass in every direction. Over the course of the past few days and nights, we've seen an increase in the frequency and intensity of these cluster bomb attacks. They are hard to defend against because there's lots of them, and they can fall anywhere. This neighborhood has been hit twice in 2 days. The first strike killed an elderly couple who police say couldn't get to the shelter in time. Philadelphia native Paula has lived here for 13 years. Americans will be wondering, why do you stay?
I think it's more important as a Jew to be here than ever before. I still feel safer living here than I do being a Jew living in the United States or Europe right now.
And we've got an update on the USS Ford aircraft carrier. Remember, a fire broke out and sailors had to be treated for smoke inhalation. According to multiple reports, it took hours to get that fire under control. Hundreds of sailors had been forced to sleep on floors. So the U.S. Fifth Fleet said the fire is not combat related. And officials we spoke to this morning say the carrier is now headed to a U.S. Navy port in Greece for repairs and some much needed downtime for sailors on board.
Bad news for Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. Iran just hit Qatar's natural gas facility, which is the largest natural gas facility on the planet. And it happens to be 60% of Qatar's total exports alone is strictly liquid natural gas. And it's 85% of their total export earnings. So this for Qatar is major. LNG, liquid natural gas, is the single biggest export product by far. It's not a side business. It is the business for Qatar. So this is a major blow for them. And it's a major blow in the sense of political, who they take sides with. They were on Iran's side this whole time. They were on the side of Islam this whole time. And look what Islam, the Islamic Republic, just did. It came and stabbed them in the back, and it just struck their main business, their biggest export period. So now they've lost Trump and they've lost the Islamic Republic. Qatar is not in a good place. This is not going to look good for the rest of the world as well. It's very possible that energy prices are going to go up as a result across the planet, as this is the largest natural gas facility on our planet.
Things are escalating inside of Iran, where right now Iran is striking the Gulf nation oil and gas infrastructure in earnest, claiming the move is retaliation. Retaliation is due to what happened earlier today, in which Israeli forces struck the largest gas field, which is the first time we're seeing Israeli or U.S. forces hit fossil fuel production sites. Iran's Revolutionary Guard did give a warning to everyone, saying that within the next few hours, we will be striking energy facilities. These facilities would be in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, etc. And well, now we're starting to get those images showcasing that Iran did exactly what they said they were going to do. And as I'm recording this video, an alert just came out saying, according to the UK Office of the Maritime Trade Operations, that a reported attack just happened on board a commercial vessel in the Gulf of Oman. And according to a new Washington Post report, the Pentagon is asking the White House for more than $200 billion to continue the war in Iran. Things, like I said, are escalating. I'll be sure to keep you updated, so please do share my videos and follow me for more.
Truth be told, it looks like President Trump and the entire American citizen are tired of this battle between Iran, Israel, and they themselves, they told President Trump that this fight is not our fight. We are not interested in you fighting with Iran just because Israel is fighting with Iran. Let Israel do the fighting because as Americans, we do not support this fight. So it is obvious that the people of America are not interested. Therefore, I feel that this is what warrants Mr. President to say that he's not supporting Israel's bombing of Iran and the gas plant, one of the biggest for Iran, and of course, Iran also retaliated. Right now, the largest gas plant that supplies about 60% of Qatar's gas to the region of the world. Iran has blown it. And Iran said this is in retaliation to what Israel did to them. Blowing off their South Powers, gas plant. And now America is like, Israel, you have to stop now because I'm not a party to this. And people are like, Mr. Trump is saying that Israel should stop, that he's not in support of it. People are like, what is happening? Is it that it's done on America that this fight is not going to end well for them? Or that the Congress or the Senate are not in support of it? Or that Americans are not in support of it? Anyway, guys, when I come back, we'll be breaking this down. I want to know why Mr. President is neutral for the first time. Is that he's not aware of what Israel did, he's not in support of it, and that Israel should stop. What a word. Anyway, when I come back, we'll be talking more about this. Welcome to Q Show's Watch. Subscribe, like, and share if you love this good content. And of course, if today is your first time, subscribe to my channel and turn on your notification button so that you can get updates whenever I post videos like this. Credit belongs to original creator of every content and stitches. I'll be right back.
We're going to focus in the next few minutes on a story that's been breaking, and that is the attack on the South Pars gas field in Iran. This news coming to us from a news agency linked to the Revolutionary Guard Corps in Iran. It's reported the fire teams were dispatched to contain that blaze. South Pars is a portion of the world's largest natural gas field. It's shared by Iran and Qatar. The Qatari Foreign Ministry condemned the attack as dangerous and irresponsible. What affects one side of the field does have the potential to affect another. It's one big basin, and the two countries do liaise on how they manage it. And in response, Iran's issued evacuation orders for 5 energy facilities in the Gulf, in Saudi Arabia, the UAE and in Qatar. And as a result, there you've just seen on your screens, oil prices suddenly climbing again, topping $108 a barrel in early trading. That's up 5% on yesterday's prices. I've just been watching, in fact, as the indices turned red. The benchmark for UK gas price also rising by nearly 6%. Let's bring in our North America business correspondent, Samira Hussain. And the reason for that, not least the retaliation that Iran is promising, Samira, is because this gas field, it is one. And if there's a fire at one side, as I say, it potentially has an impact on the other side of the gas field.
Right. So the enormity of this kind of an attack, because it has such a cascading impact on a large swath of Iran's oil and gas reserves, it really could have quite a huge impact in terms of how much oil is getting out of Iran. Now, you couple that with already these statements by the international maritime organizations that is saying it is just far too dangerous to have any kind of military escort for these ships through the Strait of Hormuz. You're seeing an intense amount of pressure on oil prices, which is why you're seeing it go up to more than $108 a barrel. And depending on whether we see any kind of retaliation from Iran, we can probably see those prices going up even higher.
Yeah, Germany's Friedrich Merz has been speaking in the last hour, Samira, saying that it's to everyone's detriment, this war.
5% of the world's global natural gas supply will be off for at least the next couple years. This matters because nobody has natural gas reserves, and this infrastructure is gone. The South Pars natural gas field has been hit by the United States, and Iran and Qatar both share it. Qatar Energy, which is a top 5 natural gas company in the world, will not have about 17% of its capacity. This will cause about 13 million tons of natural gas every year to be removed from supply until this facility is rebuilt. And the Ras Laffan facility was hit 2 times. You have that and the South Pars oil field. Americans don't seem to give a fuck about innocent people, so the only way to appeal to them is to appeal to their wallet. You think your heating bill was bad this year? How about the next 2 to 4 years when we have this permanent supply drop that's not going to come back really quickly? I guess in that way it's not permanent, but you get what I'm saying. It is long term. We've talked a lot about oil prices, but the U.S. is in no way insulated from natural gas price increases. A lot of people use it to cook and heat their homes. I'm going to sign off by telling you this. Iran is winning, and for the good of the world, it needs to. In the span of the last 24 hours, they hit global natural gas supply in response to American aggression. They also, just as I'm making this, hit an F-35. You know, the stealth jet that we've put unbelievable trillions of dollars into. They embarrassed an F-35. And they've also hit the blue and white countries' refineries with missiles. This is the United States paying the price for an idiotic war of aggression.
Fail to do anything about Iran's production capabilities. So Trump is in a very difficult place. On the other hand, the Israeli regime wants escalation. And from what I'm hearing in Tehran, the operational control has shifted from the United States to the Israeli regime. And so it is the Israeli that's leading the war. And they are the ones who chose the targets, and the United States agreed to cooperate with it to strike these targets. So it may not make a huge difference, but it is significant. And I think the Israeli regime probably, and the United States, maybe want to escalate to see how far Iran will go. That's one possibility. I think they'll soon find out that Iran is willing to go to the very end, and it will fight to the finish. So this experiment is a foolish one. Some believe that the Israeli regime wants the total destruction of oil and gas assets in the Persian Gulf region. And it's possible that Trump will go along with it. In any case, Iran is going to go up the escalation ladder if that is what the U.S.-Israeli coalition does. So I think ultimately the big issue is that the United States is stuck with the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran really holds all the cards. Now, the Israelis are assassinating people. They may continue to do so or have successes, but it's not going to change anything. The Iranians have a very sophisticated constitution.
RGC published a target list naming energy facilities in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. The message was not subtle. These facilities will be targeted in the coming hours. Evacuate immediately. Then they followed through, and Ras Laffan was not just hit once. This facility had already been offline since March 2nd, when earlier Iranian drone strikes forced Qatar to shut down all gas production. That halt alone sent European gas prices up 50% overnight. Now there is structural damage on top of a facility that was already dark. This is not something you restart by flipping a switch. Every day of physical damage adds months of repair time. Qatar's gas output, a fifth of the world's supply, is not coming back anytime soon. Qatar's response was the harshest diplomatic move the country has made in this entire war. The foreign ministry declared Iran's military and security attachés persona non grata, 24 hours to leave. The official statement called the strike a flagrant violation of sovereignty and a direct threat to national security, and Qatar reserved the right to act in self-defense under international law. But Trump's statement went further than just distancing Washington from the South Pars strike. He threatened...
A lot of Americans are saying that Americans do not support this, and that Americans matters not what America is doing. What Americans are feeling in terms of inadequate, food supply, groceries are expensive, cost of living is high. Americans are saying that Mr. Trump fighting war with Iran is not what we want. What we want is that our economy should work. Is that cost of living should drop down, and we want a better life. We don't want to be in fight with Iran because Israel is doing it. Is Israel your citizen? Is Israel the one calling the shot? Americans have said this. They said it is Israel that is telling Mr. Trump what to do. And Mr. Trump came out now and said he is not in support of Israel bombing the gas plant of Iran. Now, the question is it that Mr. Trump is tired of this fight that he started? Is beginning to fizzle out because he's like, I'm not in support of this. Israel, I'm not in support of this. And it came out blatantly, and people are saying, what is happening? Don't forget, America, Mr. President asked for $200 billion as fund to support what he's doing, the fight with Iran. And of course, there's been a back and forth because the Congress, the Senate are saying, no, we're not going to fund this battle. It is not our battle. We do not support you going against Iran. The people of America have spoken. They said they are not interested in fighting Iran. But you do not listen, Mr. President. Now you're asking for $200 billion. That money should go into our economy. It should fix our inflation. It should fix high cost of groceries. It should fix high cost of rent. It should fix high cost of beef. It should settle farmers that are stranded. That is what the money should do, not what you were saying, Mr. President. And of course, a lot of Americans from day one do not support this war. And that is why you see Iran was always sending a message to black Americans that we have your back, we're not going to attack you. They supported the fact that black Americans are not in support of this fight. And not only black Americans, even white folks, they're like, we love Iran. Iran, used to be our ally, so nothing changed. Stop this war against them because they have done nothing to us. Americans are speaking vehemently. They're openly supporting the fact that they do not want America to go in battle against Iran just because Israel is doing it. It's getting really deeper, right? A lot of perceptions, views, and all of that is coming up now. For me, I feel that it's like Mr. Trump is suddenly realizing that this war is not going to end anywhere, but rather it's going to waste the resources of America that is very scarce. That's going to waste the resources. And that's why I say that he advised that Israel should stop now, that he wants them. You watched the video, he said he's not in support of Israel bombing Iran, but that it should stop now. Or what? This is my question. If they do not stop, what's going to happen to Israel from America? A lot of people are saying that nothing is going to happen. This guy have suddenly realized that they are losing. That's what people are saying. This is not what they said. Suddenly he realized that they are losing. And right now he's trying to make amends. He's trying to see how he can stop. But he wouldn't stop the fight abruptly, right? He wouldn't stop it abruptly. But what he can do is to begin to speak, drive the narrative. I say, okay, you guys, I'm not in support of it. So that the world will see that he's not really in support of what is happening in Iran and in Iraq. But he's still doing it. People, Americans are saying, oh, he's tired. He's saying that he's not in support of it. But from the genesis of this all about who caused it? Anyway, guys, I want to hear your feedback, your response at the comment section. Because a lot is happening and it looks like Iran is sending a strong message to both America and both Israel and to other Arab countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia. The message is too strong and it feels like it's not fun anymore. It looks like Iran is ready for everybody and Americans are tired of this war. Anyway, guys, credit belongs to original creator of the content. Subscribe, like, and share if you love this great content. This is Keisha's Watch. Please share the video, let it go viral. It's a new channel. I wanted to grow. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and bye-bye.